Ladies and gentlemen, from the four corners of the world, Oleksandr Usyk.
And what I say, you must obey. Good luck, touch him up.
Somebody's O will have to go. A unification showdown in the Cruiserweight division. Oleksandr Usyk wearing the white trunks, trimmed with gold, operating under the southpaw stance, making the second defense of his WBC title tonight. Such huge pedigree in the world champion, European champion. His 23 fights to date, winning that world title. On the inside of Usyk, Usyk immediately packed. The left jab from Briedis. Rapid right jab that he's rifling out from Briedis. What an opening round we have here, just beyond. Good left jab from Briedis. Both men looking to fight in the again, straight between the high-held hands and a hard left hand to the. Such a wonderful mover with his feet and from the waist. Terrific opening round. Briedis working effect in the opening 3 minutes, finding his range immediately. The biggest sporting event ever staged in Latvia, trunks trimmed with red. He's just taken a stiff right. Briedis, the nation's favourite fighting. He's their first and only current male lead feet coming together, which is often the case between unorthodox fighters. Briedis actually stepping on the left leg on the thigh. Good right hand over the top from Briedis, and Usyk's tucking up. Wits are still about him, nodding his head in acknowledgement of the shot that he was just caught with. But Briedis, bad performance against the man he has far more at weak now, snaking the southpaw left through the guard. Both men have prepared diligently, assiduously for this exchange of jabs in a contest with him. Briedis left what he called the beautiful nature of a lacrosse. Good left hand to the formation of a training camp. Good right picking up to be the contest everyone hoped it would. And this is an absolutely absorbing affair. Fighters of the highest order. Good right hook behind the gloves, behind the southpaw right of his own. From Briedis side from Briedis. Hook around the corner. Fuse of our hand. Terrific second round. And the bell hasn't been, but these two men content to continue to round. And it's perhaps worth pointing out that in this tournament style of boxing in the final tonight, if it's a draw, then for this particular contest, is Daniel van der Velde trying to incentivize the fighters to finish strong, with Briedis landing a good right hand to the tucking up just to get his senses back before establishing his right jab once. The countback system is to encourage the fighters to put a terrific, straight, jolting right, rather than getting the first half of the contest shot from Briedis. Both of these men called in young, hungry fighters to serve with their sparring to the right hook around the corner. The heads came together there. And that's why they called a little bit of a nick above the right, both men to this point. It's proven to be the anticipating it would be. Just skillful operator. And he has used skill to box his way to cross left, threat to go around the rear of the head of Usyk and come back to the left. This is absolutely terrific stuff. He will have the capacity to Usyk, and then Briedis' follow-up fell short. Terrific action continues. Well, that's where the heads came together. Kenny Bayless was in optimal position, sustained by Oleksandr Usyk, and he emerged from that coming together with a nick high. How significant will that prove to be? 50 seconds to work on it at the end of that third round. WBO September 2016. WBC strap also up for great bout since David Haye and Enzo Maccarinelli came together, and Usyk is hurt. Mentioning that David Haye and Enzo Maccarinelli came together, the O accommodates worldwide television, Prince of America. This one is being staged at midnight. What is being interest in this Cruiserweight unification bid? It's been absolutely riveting so far. Good right hand to the body. Nice defensive maneuvers from him. But then a good two-shot salvo at mid-range from the WBC champion. Usyk comes mindful of the fact that Briedis had full volume for the man. Good right jab from Usyk. He's surrounded. The biggest fight of his career to date. Vladimir Klitschko's in the house. What's his training camp? For a moment, Usyk was vulnerable. Kicked at the knees, and then at mid-range, Briedis with some terrific punch picking. Hooks behind the glove, and he's come out fast to begin the 5th round with Cruiserweight prospects Mikel Lawal. And Isaac chained a lot of time covering up, trying to repel these attacks. He comes back with shots in response from Usyk to the combinations that are being put. Both these men have healthy stoppage ratios. Now, Usyk working behind the left jab, getting onto a right jab, getting his punches very well. Briedis with blood smearing around his face now on the front foot, tucking up tightly while he's in punching range. He gets through the good straight right jab once again, which drives Briedis back. This has been made to be uncomfortable. And Usyk is increasing the tempo of the straight right jab. Briedis still with a minute to survive. And he's just taken another right jab right in that region. Once again, he's trying to fight back, but there's less potency, less of a damaged nose here in this 5th stanza. Good right jab from him to hold his ground, but he's not being overwhelmed, but he's simply coming majority of this 5th round. He spits a fleck of blood, and his head is busted off with a fantastic round, particularly in that epic against Anthony Joshua at Wembley Stadium. To damage the nose of Briedis in that 5th round. Looking to build on the momentum that he established in round 5 with one of his sparring partners at his camp in Benidorm in Spain. Mated away from his family for some 12 weeks. Sundays was the only day of rest as Usyk gets through the good right jab, then target. And on that Sunday, the day of fighters of the 20th, 21st century pro basketball player Manny Pacquiao was distracted as well. Good right uppercut on the inside from Briedis, WBC champion. Even though he's more aggressive, 5th, Usyk still having success, driving, batting. At mid-range from Usyk, and the 2 men from time to time. Not always of that right hook from Briedis, just causes Usyk to lose his balance. From Usyk, onto the front foot once again. Low blow. Second clapper has sounded. Straight shot success for both men, and more forceful. That sent Briedis, that sent Usyk down to the canvas. Same incident from another angle. Absolutely nothing in it from my vantage point here ringside. The trophy that taking place in Jeddah in May to take on the KO. Combined record of all 4 men who will contest the World Boxing Super, but it was blocked effectively by the right glove of Briedis. Poking straights, getting through the guard effectively as well. Trying to bring an uppercut into play, but Briedis breathing through an open mouth. He takes a solid southpaw left there in defending that WBO title in Germany. And both men still operating at an as well. Feeling that this is the biggest fight. He uses his legs to good effect to get beyond punching range, but he's only gone to the tip of any discomfort that Briedis is feeling at this point. Briedis, how badly shaken up was he by that left hand success? His motor into reverse to get himself beyond punching. In an absolutely fascinating fight to this point. Utterly absorbing. Expect either man to really when you've got 2 operators of such high skill in the closing stages of round number 7. Both men on cryptic manner that he has about him at times, for how he's feeling that I am feel. But rather more expansively, he said that he loves the colour of that green strap from Briedis tonight. The jab success in response from Usyk. There's another pecking, poking lead by. And the crowd here trying to encourage Mairis. Usyk has brought a sizable contingent from Ukraine as well. And I feel that their support. Right hand to the body was just a little bit long from Briedis. Out them, Usyk bobbing and weaving, causing a lot of these shots to go over his shoulder. Steadfast in his task, on the front foot, walking down. And an American scoring this one as Briedis scored with a good single success.
Go ahead now. Down. Okay.
Some of the action to set up his offense from behind that jab. Absolutely nothing in it from my vantage point. For the home fighter, for prime real estate in the center of the boxing ring, Usyk trying to be aggressive for large portions of this contest. Oh, good right here, reverberating all around this Riga arena that is filled to capacity here. Aware of the responsibilities, he scores with a right uppercut and left hook around. Of the responsibility that comes with being such a standard bearer, for two men standing within punching range, looking to find holes. Usyk coming forward in a straight line, still bobbing and weaving, still with. But Usyk proving impossible to discourage, continuing to champ. Usyk with a sneaky uppercut. 30 seconds to go in the 9th round. To leak once again after it was damaged in round 5. Cornered in. Oh, to cracking right uppercut from Briedis here at the Riga arena. But Usyk, impossible to discourage. It's boxing. Up off their stools. You'll have plenty of energy, plenty of fighting spirit. Comes round. Briedis, his former colleagues in the Latvian police force. Usyk working behind a left jab, trying to move the left. Good left cross from Oleksandr Usyk. Barely blinked and got back into his boxing stance immediately. He's just above our commentary position. Good right jab from Usyk once again. As well. Good right hand, picking behind a left jab, still breathing through an open mouth, and Usyk scoring. Well, if this contest continues in this manner, brought into play for the first time in the World Boxing Super rounds, very difficult to score because there have been good right hand to the body from Briedis. Range, he comes back with a straight shot of his own. Go backwards, Briedis then scores with a good 1-2 salvo. Between two highly skilled operators here. And again, 11th round. 3 seed, making the second defense of the WBC title tonight. Unless, of course, it is a draw on in the cruiserweight ranks. Vander Holyfield was the NBC recognized as an authority. Aficionados regard Marvin Kamel as an undisputed champion because they were the only sanctioning body to recognize the cruiserweight division tournament. Somebody is likely to come away from Usyk. Briedis shooting punches from his belt line now, absorbing to watch here at the Riga arena. Both boxers. Usyk scored first with a left cross, then Briedis responded immediately deep into the penultimate round. Both boxers letting their hands go furiously. Neither really found them to conclude the 11th round. Point this test is still up for grabs. Whoever wins this in the World Boxing Super Series Cruiserweight final. And each time they've contested at that juncture tonight. As Usyk looking for some quality. Briedis falls short with an attempt behind the left glove of Usyk, coming low with a combination of shots that he tried to go, and both men letting it all hang out in the final round here, beyond the deal, anybody's in this bid to become or set himself for one final rally as we can Briedis. And another shot from the right flank once again to be the final roll of the dice. Both men to the place in the final of the Muhammad Ali Trophy, and Briedis lands a quill fully on display here between these two athletes. Fantastic contest we have just witnessed in the Cruiserweight division arena. In acknowledgement of what they have to the championship distance of 12 3-minute rounds to determine who is going through, will be most concerned. 12 3-minute rounds with a skill left absolutely superb. To get up on their feet and show some support for their man. Sounded Oleksandr Usyk collapse into the canvas in anticipation of what he hopes will be victory. Now it comes down to the verdict of the three judges. Mrs. Robin Taylor from Wheel may well be called into action here. As this contest badges of war up there in the boxing ring, marked up around the eyes.
113 for your winner by majority decision.
Unified Cruiserweight champion of the world. A majority decision. The Craig Metcalf couldn't separate them. 114 to the world. The number 1 seed beating the number 3 seed. The championship distance of 12 3-minute rounds. Nice unified Cruiserweight champion of the world. I'm going to make my way up to the center ring now and speak. 12 rounds against Mairis Briedis.
Limitless. Друзья, спасибо большое. У вас достойный сын.